All right, there you are, Nella. Yeah, see, you're already on stage with me.
What do I do?
Okay, see, nothing. You're already there.
Okay.
Okay, now click your microphone. Hello, happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to another Energy Garden Artist Sessions. I am so excited to have Megan Katarina with us today. Megan, how are you, love? Oh, let me unmute your mic. Oh, there you go. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I was just telling you, and I'm telling everybody, I just got out of a 6-hour car ride from Georgia. I'm in the Kentucky hills right now, so that's going to be a fun time. Which we'll talk about that at the end of the show. But yeah, it's going good. How are you?
Not bad.
And
It's
how's your
a
weekend going?
rainy afternoon here in Florida, so just hanging out inside.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, so we're going to jump in here a little bit early, but that's okay. I don't think the universe will implode. I don't like the wait bot music, so. All right, but so diving into this now, Megan, I have kind of perused a lot of your info and so forth. Now, I have a question. Now, you temporarily lived in Nashville? Is that correct? And now you're back in Florida, or do you still have a spot in Nashville?
I lived there for
Okay, so now Florida's back your home.
yeah. I lived there for about 3 or 4 years, and I moved back last year.
Okay.
So I'm full time in Florida. I still go up there sometimes, but I didn't need to be up there to do what I do basically, and I like it better here.
Fantastic, right? Okay. Now, and I was looking at your bio and everything, and Central Florida and so forth. I mean, you've been touring around and playing places for years, right? Since like you were 13 or something. Is that right?
Over a decade.
Over a decade. That's awesome. So you kind of you track out now. Do you go outside of Georgia a lot? I mean, outside of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I play house concerts, so I tour the country playing house concerts, and that was beginning to become like the main thing I do until COVID, of course. But I'm going on my first tour in 2 years again next week, actually. So I play shows here when I'm home, but my favorite thing to do is to tour the country playing house concerts.
Okay, so explain to everybody what house concerts are so that they can have a good feel for it.
So I think like it's different for everybody, but the way I do my house concerts are basically I have you have like 25 to 50 adults in a seated like silent atmosphere inside someone's house or in their yard, and for about an hour I tell the stories behind my songs and play my originals, and it's like this very intimate connection with the audience, and then like we mingle, and that's essentially what
that.
it is. Usually like I'll stay at the house with my host and get to know them very well, and I've made some like incredible friends. I said friends because like they're fans and friends. So yeah, it's really special.
I got you. That is just such a really. I mean, talk about definitely getting to know. Your followers, your fans. I mean, that's an awesome premise to go from. I mean, I love that. I mean, I've heard of artists going and playing stuff like that, but not doing it as a full run. That's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I love.
So now, I mean, do you intermingle venues into this as well, or is it just houses?
I'll do venues now and then. Like on this upcoming tour, I think I have about 4 venues. But it's usually just something I do if it's an area where like people are asking for a public show, or I need like kind of a gas money stop, I guess. So I prefer to all house concerts, but like I'll do venues here and there for people that don't have the resources, basically, to do a house concert.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I love that. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to put your information into our fortune cookie right here. And while I do that, kind of lay up for us the first song you're going to do for us, and tell us the story behind it.
See. I guess I'll start with a new one. I love to journal. and I have tons and tons of journals and songwriting books from like the past 10 years. And I'll sometimes go through and like read my journals. So I was going back through one of them from just a couple years ago, and I found this doodle that I made of a heart with a Band-Aid and a bruise on it and a speech bubble coming out of it that was like, follow me. And I was like, that's kind of funny and ironic. So I wrote this song basically from the point of view of a heart, and it's called Follow Me.
I love it. Well, I'm going to mute my mic and let you take it away.
Good, thank you. A year and a few months ago, I ran into a boy. He told me that he wanted to make me his pride and joy. And that's when it began, this little voice inside my head. That irresponsible advisor talking from my chest. Follow me, don't you wanna feel that rush? Follow me, I'm the one that you can trust. Follow me, in worst case you'll get a song. Follow me, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, that one didn't work out, oh, but who am I to blame? No, I can't tell the future, but I can decide your fate. I look at this one's eyes, those are eyes that don't betray. Yeah, trust me, girl, you'll be thanking me when it comes your wedding day. Follow me, don't you wanna feel that rush? Follow me, I'm the one that you can trust. Follow me, and worst case you'll get a song. Follow me, what could possibly go wrong? At least you could say you took the chance, you didn't run. And when your life ends, you'll understand you were brave enough to love. So follow me, don't you wanna feel that rush? Follow me, I'm the one that you can trust. Follow me, and worst case you'll get a song. Follow me, what could possibly go wrong? Follow me, what could possibly go wrong?
Wow, well done. Give it up for Megan Katarina, everybody. That was lovely. That has a very cool story to it. Yeah, I love that.
Thank
Now,
you.
I have to ask you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's a little different. I've been writing more pop music, but my roots are in like traditional country music, and that song just like randomly came to me. It's the most traditional sounding thing I've written in like years, so it's kind of funny.
Well, it's great. So, and that's interesting. So you're doing like more of your new stuff. You're saying is more pop oriented?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it all keeps the element of storytelling because that's most important to me. But
Okay.
I have been experimenting with, I guess I call it like folk pop. That's what I would call the genre of my next album.
Folk pop. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now,
a little more piano.
who'd you say?
A little more.
Okay.
What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, just, piano, a little more like beats, a little more kind of, the turns of phrases are a little like quicker and kind of, um, it's just different than you would hear in a country song, I guess.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's a good mix. Who would you say who your top three influences?
Um, well, I would say Casey Musgraves, circa like, um, not her last two albums, but she has an album called, I think it's called Pageant Material or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, yes.
And
One with like cup
so
of
like
tea and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. Her first two albums, she's like a huge inspiration. John Prine is a huge songwriting inspiration to me.
Wow.
And well, there's so many. I I guess if we're talking strictly songwriting, I would say also Chris Christopherson.
Okay.
Those are like my main songwriting influences.
Nice. Nice. Well, that's a good mix right there for sure. It is.
Yeah.
Now I have to ask you the story behind your album, "Being Crazy Ain't for the Weak." How'd you come up with that title, and what's that album about?
Well, that is kind of a loaded question. I was going through, I think I wrote that song when I was about 21, which like I'm 26 now, but once you get past 25, you're like, "Oh my god, I was so young when I was 21." Like, and I was going through, I had just gotten diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and even though it hasn't been that long, like there was so much more of a sin then. And I was dating someone at the time, and he was just like, he was not helpful, and I didn't know really how to deal with it. And because I had pretty severe anxiety for a long time, but I just didn't know what it was. And so I was taking like medications and struggling a lot with finding something that would work.
Mm-hmm.
And the person I was dating at the time was just like, he was so not supportive, and he would kind of like call me crazy. And I felt like there was no way I was ever going to like feel, I was never going to feel stable again, basically. And
Okay.
after we broke up, I was really, really, really sad. Basically, that whole album is about that breakup. Honestly, it's all about one person. But I wrote that song just like really quick. I was like on vacation with my parents. He was supposed to be there with me, but he couldn't because we broke up. And
Right. Right.
like I wanted to tell him, like, you think I'm weak because I have these things in my mind, but I'm actually stronger because like I live and I create while like dealing with those obstacles of the
Yeah.
thoughts in my head, and that's where that song came from. It's like, being crazy, it's not for the weak. And I'm not saying, I don't think I'm crazy. I think we're all crazy, and I think, we're not crazy. Like, that's just part of the normal thing. But at that time, it's like, you know what? It takes a lot of strength to like do what I do and struggle with the anxiety that I have and had at that time, basically. And I deserve some credit. That's what I was writing in that
Yeah.
song, basically.
Yeah. No, listen,
Yeah.
that first off, that topic. I mean, I do psychology too, and so I deal with that. I help people through anxiety and all that. But the thing is I've had an anxiety disorder since I was a teenager, so I get it. I get the anxiety thing. So, and it is for people that don't have it or don't understand it, it's very hard for some people to really have that compassion and show that support. So that becomes very hard. A lot of people are just
Yeah.
uneducated about the impact that the anxiety can have, and especially for you get out there and you tackle that. I mean, you get out. And I don't know the level of your anxiety, but I mean, when you get out and you sing in front of people, when you go and you do things like that, well, you're battling through sometimes that anxiety thing. I still have my little moments still creep up on me, but it's you got to have that support system around you, and when you don't, it's difficult. And especially when you have the people that are uneducated, it can actually make your situation feel a lot worse.
Yes, and some people, they just think you can turn it off. Especially being an artist, I think it's almost like a little bit of a requirement to be an artist. Like to have a little bit of that analytical mind. And there's so much like when I'm playing a show, when I'm writing a song, when I'm writing an album. Not when I'm writing a song, but when I'm putting together something that I'm putting in the world, or when I'm playing a show, like my mind is like, how do I make everybody satisfied with what I'm doing? How do I make this perfect and prevent mistakes and pain, which obviously you can't prevent all mistakes and pain being a human.
Yeah.
But there's like, it's like, I think it can cause excellence, but it also just causes like insanity, and it's not like not everybody thinks like that, and it's really hard to have to deal with as an artist, like to deal with the opinions of people so often when you have your own opinion, your conflicting opinions, in your own head, and you're like, oh my gosh. So I think I'm finally at a point where I have like a sobering voice in my head that I know what truth is, and I can take things with a grain of salt. Especially being that young, you're like, what is going on? And not everybody says they feel this way, so there must be something really wrong with me,
Yeah. No, yeah, you just explained that well. Absolutely, though.
Yes, I think the goal with this music and that album was a turning point in my career because I realized that my goal as a musician is like why I love it is that to make others not feel alone, they make me not feel alone, and storytelling can be a medicine, and that's why I love what I do, and that's why I love the house concerts.
I love that. See, this is one reason I like to do these shows. Is the point is it gives people that deeper look into the artist, and so I love your story. It all connects, and that's powerful, and that's good. And I appreciate you sharing that too. Okay, so let me ask you: do you have by chance one of your newer songs that's in the pop category that you could share with us?
Yes. So a lot of my newer songs are on the piano, and I don't yet. I'm just learning piano, so I don't yet feel comfortable performing on it. I do work tapes on it, but I'm not comfortable. But I have a song that I've recorded on my acoustic album that's going on the next album, and it's exactly the style that I'm talking about. So I'll do that.
All right.
And this whole conversation is like a great lead into it because this song I also wrote around that same time, and it's called "I'm Crazy," so it's kind of the same.
I like it. All right. Well, I'm going to mute myself and give it to you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and I wrote this song when I was hungover in the shower a few years ago. I wrote it just like as a joke about what was going on in the time, and then people started relating to it, so that's why I'm recording it. Just so you know, a little backstory.
I love it.
Should've listened to my therapist when she said to stop pursuing things. And the same things are happening cause the same things are what I keep doing. I swear I've read all of my self-help books. I don't know why I still can't help myself. And it's a shame that there's nobody left to blame for me but myself. I take the medication, do the meditation, keep all my appointments up. And it's not that I'm insane, my brain is just untamed, and I don't know when enough's enough. So I text another ex, shoot one more tequila, tell my common sense I said I'll see ya when I see ya. I'm a victim of my life, or maybe it's a victim of me. At least I got the nerve to admit that I'm crazy. Shouldn't be driving this late at night. I know my mama's always worried sick, but self-sabotage is my drug, and I'm looking for a bigger hit. The only men that keep me interested are in relationships or other states. But they say that they miss me, so I'll make it my mission to make them change. I practice self-care and I'm so self-aware that I deserve a freaking prize. My mind's just got a tendency to make itself my enemy, and then I overanalyze. So I text another ex, shoot one more tequila, tell my common sense I said I'll see you when I see ya. I'm a victim of my life, or maybe it's a victim of me. At least I got the nerve to admit that I'm crazy. I make up storylines in my mind, take it too far and hurt my own feelings. Half the things I say I wish that I didn't. At least I can admit it, at least I can admit it. I honestly believe my own lies. I get obsessive, overreactive, but nobody I know knows what normal is. So at least I can admit it, at least I can admit it. Hey, so I text another ex, shoot one more tequila, tell my common sense I said I'll see you when I see ya. I'm a victim of my life, or maybe it's a victim of me. At least I got the nerve to admit that I'm crazy. At least I can admit it, at least I can admit it.
Oh my goodness, I love that. That is that is classic. Yeah, give it up for Megan here. And Jess sent you a message on the back channel here. She says, "Go get them,"
Thank you.
and I love it. Yeah, thank you everybody that's joining us down there. Thank you, Jess, Elizabeth, Deanna's been in here. I saw Woody bouncing around, and so yeah, it's great, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody that's watching on YouTube as well. And but yeah, that's great. No, tell me again. That song is just I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Is the name of it? I'm crazy.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. So now, how can everybody find your music? Apart from your website, I mean, are you distributed everywhere, or how are you doing that?
It's everywhere. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, anywhere you listen to music. Just look up Megan Katarina. If you want a CD, you can go to my website and check out the store. Order a physical CD, of course. And also, if you go to my website, it can lead you to all the places. I'm pretty sure I have a button that it's like click this album and it will give you all the options of where to stream it. So you can just go straight there, but it's available everywhere.
Fantastic. Now, what would you say your biggest hurdle has been in your music journey? What's been your biggest hurdle?
Man, there's been a few. I would say, well, I think this has been everyone's. Definitely everything that's happened since 2020 has set me back probably like a couple years. I think that a lot of artists and freelancers feel that way. But as far as like, I would say that I think that because I've been doing this so long, I've been gigging full time since I was a teenager, and so this has been like my job. I never like I waitress briefly, and then I decided like I want this to be full time, which it's a blessing because it gives me a lot of freedom. But because I started so young, and from a young age, I was like playing gigs and like come to my show. It's been hard to make that transition of getting people to see me as like a cover entertainer to like I'm an artist, like and you see me and value me as an artist. And that's I mean, on social media it's not hard for that, but it's hard in my like real life shows. That has been a huge hurdle because it's like I'm here to play my songs and tell my stories. I'm not here to be like another, Joe Schmo, like playing Brown Eyed Girl. But it sometimes
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's funny you picked. Yeah, that's funny you picked that song.
That comes with that you got to work through and learn how to like maneuver around it and reinvent, basically.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right. I'm anxious. I want to hear another song. What are you going to play for us?
Let's see. I'm trying to pick songs that are like good, you know, a overall example of my music. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you're giving a good range of showing your talents. That's great.
Thank you. I think I'll slow it down and do a sad one because I like to
All right.
play sad songs.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
this next one is called Anchor, and this is also on my album Being Crazy Ain't for the Week. I wrote it when I was 19, which was a while ago. I was in like a kind of a toxic relationship, and it wasn't the same one that I was talking about. I've only been in a few relationships, but none of them have been exemplary. So I wrote this song about that situation and about like getting out of it and having the strength to get out of it. It's called Anchor.
Love.
Okay. Sweet habits of self-destruction start out as an innocent thing. I just wanted to feel love and all the glory and trouble it brings. I should have gave up long ago, hit the surface and shed my shame. Didn't realize I'd be coming addicted to feeling the pain till a year later, leaning on the refrigerator on the floor, jonesing for more. When you're in love with an anchor, you learn to hold your breath. A quick drop to the bottom from the top, and you'll justify the rest. But I'm only bound by rope wrapped around my own. So down I go. Guess I should feel more tragic, wrapped up in my misery. But I live in a state of numbness. I have accepted defeat, and I don't blame the anchor. He does what he's built to do. But if I hold on to the parts worth saving, I'm holding the ugly too. I tried using all my might to force us to the top. Guess I forgot. When you're in love with an anchor, you learn to hold your breath. A quick drop to the bottom from the top, and you'll justify the rest. But I'm only bound by hope wrapped around my own. So down I go. And the anchor's in love with me, but the anchor can't stay afloat. If I could wish away gravity, I wouldn't have to let go. But I'm in love with an anchor. I'm dying for a breath. I'll leave the bottom for the top, and I'll fill my lungs with air while wishing I was bound by rope that I lived down below. But up I go, up I go, up I go. Ooh, wishing I was bound by rope wrapped around on my own. But up I go.
Very, very nice. Very nice. I was because I want to make a comment about just you in general, but I want to read this statement. This is on Megan's bio. Yeah, please give it over for Megan here. And but I love this because it relates. Because I'm about to make a comment about your authenticity, but Megan's songwriting shines in the honest way she portrays the ironic, the heartbreaking, funny, and less attractive sides of life through her quirky humor and sincere voice, inspiring resilience with her words. There's a lot of, there is, these days, there's a lot of, it's rare to find genuine authenticity with a lot of new artists today. And when you have that authenticity and you have that vulnerable side of how you write and what you put out there, the passion that comes through, that is that is what is going to reach out and grab people. That is why people can relate. It's why it can become a vehicle on a different level, because you're being so sincere in your delivery and in your songwriting. And I think that that's rare. So I definitely applaud you for that, and I applaud that you have maintained that authenticity in what you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That really, that's why I do it. So thank you.
It's good. It's like, because I listen to a lot of bands, and there's a lot of artists out there that really have no depth. There is no depth. It's just, let me just write a catchy song and that's it. But yeah, I love that. So I've kind of looped myself in with artists now that if I don't really believe in what you're doing, I'm not really going to have a tie or connect. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't speak to me. I want to listen to music that speaks to me, and so you do that. So kudos for that. What can we all look forward to? What are you going to do? Like, what's the next big thing that you're working on?
Okay,
You got to give us a sneak peek.
I have a lot of big things happening like all at once, and I leave in a week for my house concert tour, which I'm so excited about. And if you're in Texas, California, Kansas, Indiana, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Baltimore, you should look out for me because I will be around. That's the next big thing, but at the same time, as soon as I get back, I will be recording my next album, and I'm also I've written a poetry book that will be coming out before or after or at the same time as the next album next year. So all of that's happening.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, that's very exciting. Yeah, because I know I was going to ask you about that, because I read that too, that you've written a lot of poetry and so forth. I think that's awesome. So now here's just kind of a question. So I mean, how does it work? How do people get you scheduled to come to their houses? They just call me like, "Hey Megan, can you come over, play some music?" I mean, how does it work?
Well, people do it a lot of different ways. I got this model from an ebook, which I can't remember the name of the ebook, but my friends, the Steel Blossoms, they're another great band that everybody should check out. They're great songwriters. They did it, and when I was in Nashville, they were like, "You'd be perfect for this. You should really check it out." And so I took their model and kind of adapted it to my fan base. Basically, I'm super personal with my fans. My closest fans are like my Facebook friends, and I have their numbers and we text and check in with each other. And so I just put kind of like a blast on Facebook when I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. At the same exact time that I decided I was going to do this, I had like 2 people reach out and ask me if I did it. And it was really weird because it was like I'd never heard of it until then. And so things just kind of fell into place where like I'll put it out on Facebook, but then once I go do the house concert, people will like who attend will be like, "Oh, I know someone who would like to do this," and or like, "I would like to do this," and then it snowballs from there. But it's a lot of on my end, like personally connecting with like concert hosts. I do them for a donation, which sounds bad, but I mean, some people are like, "Oh my gosh, how are you making any money?" But what the reason I do them that way is because more people are open to giving it a try, and I have guidelines that they have to follow, so I have more control on the way it goes. And
Makes sense.
There's like a minimum of 25 adults, no kids usually, and because there's just certain settings you have to get. Like, I'm kind of giving you the inner scoop here, but like certain things have to align so that your audience makes that like connection with you. And so they kind of follow my guidelines, and it's like, okay, you follow my guidelines, I do this for free, and then I ask for donations at the end, and it works out beautifully because people put a lot of value on a performance where they're paying full attention, you know?
Absolutely, makes total sense. I love it. I think it's great. I would love to be able to check you out doing that sometime. When are you going to be back in the Southeast doing that again?
I am going to be in North Carolina, I think, in October, and I might actually come to Kentucky. I have some stuff. We're looking at fall, and the beautiful thing also is like if you saw one that you're like, I would love to attend that, I can just put you in touch with the host, and usually they're like, yeah, the more the merrier. Sometimes they say no, but usually they're like, yeah.
That's great. That is great. Well, everybody, you are listening to Megan Katarina. You can go to megankatarina.com. Website is right there in the fortune cookie. All of her music is out there on all of your favorite platforms, and I encourage you, please go give her a follow, give her the likes, hunt her down on Facebook. Just give her the support because it's awesome. And Megan, I've loved hearing your story today and being able to just kind of connect with you, learn more about you, and I am going to have you sing us one more song to close us out before we end off. But really, thank you everybody, and thank you everybody that's stuck in here with us down here at the bottom. We love you guys. Thank you for the supporting the Energy Garden. This is why I'm doing the Energy Garden like this. This is why we transition a little bit, but trying to do this every Saturday for this purpose, to get you into the intimate side of an artist. Where does the music come from? What's the story behind it? That kind of thing. So I love it. And Megan, you've been a trooper to do this with me. I know it took us a little bit to get things set up, but we finally did it, and I'm glad we did. So it's great. But so what song are you going to leave us with today?
I will end with one of my favorites that I've written, and it's kind of an anthem. This song's called "Some Days Coming Someday." I was going through a really hard time when I wrote it a few years ago. I was living in a little apartment in Nashville and was having car troubles, was having roommate troubles, and all sorts of stuff going on, money troubles. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like trapped. And I wrote this song. This is a song that I wrote kind of as a joke. Like, I was so stressed out. I didn't think that I was able to even write anything that day. So I wrote this. Mm-hmm. And then I started performing it just to see. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of like a decent song. So, and now it's like when I play it gives me hope. Like, it was like I was writing a letter to myself, and it applies to, I think, like every stage of life I enter. It's like, it helps me remember to just keep that hope. So this song's called "Some Days Coming Someday."
All right. Perfect. All right, Megan, take it away.
Thank you. Someday I'm gonna have a house, nobody knocking on the bathroom door and yelling, get out. Someday I'll have a truck that runs, and I'll drive to the store without a maintenance light coming on. Someday I'll have a dog, and the dog will have a couch. Someday I won't be afraid to check my bank account. Someday is coming someday, It don't matter how many heartaches it takes. If the world keeps spinning and I keep my faith, I know someday's coming someday. Hey. Someday I'll sleep 10 hours a night, and I'll lay my head in a bed that ain't twin-sized. Someday I'll have a love that's true, and I'll know why the past had to do what it had to do. I won't cook dinner in the microwave or forget to lock my door. I know a little bit, but I know someday I'm gonna know a little bit more. Someday's coming someday. It don't matter how many heartaches it takes. If the world keeps spinning and I keep my faith, I know someday's coming someday. Hey. Someday in hindsight, I'll connect the dots I see from the hard times that led me to the place I'm meant to be. And I'll miss the times I didn't know if I'd be okay, but I'll be okay someday. Someday's coming someday. It don't matter how many heartaches it takes. The world keeps spinning and I keep my faith. I know someday, someday's coming. Someday's coming someday. It don't matter how many heartaches it takes. The world keeps spinning and my car don't break. Well, even if it breaks, I know someday's coming someday. I know someday's coming someday.
I love it. I love it. That is fantastic, Megan. That is so fantastic. Wow. Now, Megan, I'm going to ask you. I'd love to invite you to please let me do a follow-up show with you in about a month. You up for that?
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
great.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. Yeah, and I'm so glad you came on today. Everybody, you've been listening to Megan Katarina. Please check out the link right there in the fortune cookie. Go hit her website, hit her on social media, give her some likes, give her some follows, because this is golden. So, yeah, really appreciate what you do. Appreciate your work and your music, and thank you for sharing your story with us today, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
good luck
having
on.
me. I just want to say it's an honor to be here, and thanks for creating this space for artists and to everybody listening. I really appreciate it because it's become kind of a rare thing. So thank you for making this space for people like you and me to connect and tell stories.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you missed the beginning, please, by all means, the replay will be back up here momentarily. You can also check out this show on YouTube on the Sight Candy channel. And otherwise, yeah, and Megan, you'll have a link to this show as well. So, all right. Well, Megan, best of luck in everything you're doing. You know, all the good energy going your way. Everybody watching, hope you have a blessed and amazing rest of your weekend. Do something special for you. And always support artists, support local music. You know, we need that. So, all right, till next time,